magic of a team, a group that can work together. How do you try and judge that? Because obviously you got to try and judge that while you're making these decisions on signings.
No doubt. And I wish there's so much excitement and hype right now. I wish I could fast forward and know how it's going to turn out.
Yeah.
And everyone's so excited, and I try to caution everybody at the same time because we haven't even played a game yet. And obviously, we're hopeful, we're optimistic. There's plenty of talent on this team, and I think you bring up a great point. How will those guys mesh together? It's 25 players that are with each other more than they're with their own families. And just like anything else, if you're working in an office and you don't like the people that you work with, how productive are you going to be as an employee? You're probably going to be unhappy coming to work each day. Probably want to get home. You're probably going to gripe to your wife and kids. It's the same way with players. You know, when they don't get along and they don't like each other, they don't play for each other. So we feel as though we've gotten a good group of high character players. And even now, we still have to fill out the bench and the substitute players and so on. Now, those are ones where we continue to look for high character players that are going to accept their role and help pull it all together. But there's no question that's going to be a key part of it.